Hey guys, this is Matt Campos here at Sac City Corvette. Today we're going to be installing the CoolIt v2R and v3R. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and lay out your tools to make it simple for you. I have some snips, a 13mm socket, a 10mm socket, an extension, 3/8 ratchet. I have my alcohol wipe, a little piece of paper towel. I'll show you what that's for later. It's a 10mm nut, a 13mm nut, and these are supplied in the kit. These are the fobs for turning the coolant on and off, then your coolant box, and this is a little pry bar. So then after you kind of lay everything out, go ahead and go over to your Corvette. This is a 2002 V06 that has a 440 LS7 in it, but it is a C5 Corvette, and this kit only works on a C5 Corvette. So go ahead and take your fuse relay center cover off and set that to the side. That gives you a little room for mounting your coolant box. I'm going to go ahead and grab your coolant. I'll actually just set it right here by your windshield wiper because you need to go ahead and route your ground wire first. Now if you feel back on the back side of your heat shield right here, the battery heat shield, there's a little hole down the bottom where your factory wires are running through, and that's where you want to run your ground wire. So go ahead and just pass it through to yourself. Like so. Once you kind of get that fish through, you can set that to the side. Then the next thing you'll want to do is go ahead and grab your alcohol wipe. This guy right here. Peel it open and wipe right here where it's going to mount clean. Make sure there's no chemicals or your engine shine or anything like that on there, so that this will actually stick on there good. Go ahead and wipe that clean, and while it's drying, when you get your coolant, we've already mounted our coolant once before, so it has the Velcro on there. But while it's drying, when you get your coolant, it's going to look like this. It's going to have both Velcro strips on there with the wax paper. Go ahead and peel your wax paper off, and it's going to expose your sticky on the back side of the Velcro. So it's ready to be mounted as soon as you peel that off. Now that's had a second to dry. Go ahead and slide your coolant down in here. And when you're ready to mount it, don't touch it until it's ready to go. But line it up nice and straight. You go ahead and stick it on. You're going to want to support this heat shield. And go ahead and press it on nice and tight so it can get a nice, good grip. Now it's on there pretty good. Then you'll go ahead and take your little pry bar. You need to take out your number 43 relay. If you look inside your box, number 43, right next to number 44. So 43, 44, so it's this one right here. This is your fan control. Go ahead and take that out. Sometimes they're kind of hard to get out, especially if it's never been removed before. And you can use a little screwdriver or pry bar and go ahead and pry up on that a little bit to get it going, and it'll pop right out. Now you want to be careful that this pry bar doesn't go under, or your screwdriver doesn't go under too far to touch these prongs, especially when they're plugged in. It'll ground it out. You don't want to mess anything up. So be very careful. Just go under just a little bit to get it going. And you can set that to the side. Go ahead and route your relay wire. I have to sit on top of these little tabs. Kind of keeps up out of the way. They're factory tabs on your fuse box. So I set it right up there. Run it, and you just plug it right in on where your 43 relay was. Just plug it right in. Then you take your power wire. See that they're all tagged too. It's going to say positive. It says to positive terminal on fuse box on the tag. This is your positive terminal. And it's already got a stud there, so you just need to set it on top like that. Take your 13mm nut. Your extension, ratchet, and your 13mm. Go ahead, And you just want to snug that down. It doesn't have to be real tight. Just snug it down. And you kind of want this to be aiming out this way. If it's way off to the side right here, you're going to have trouble getting your fuse cover back on there. So once you've done that, go ahead and make sure everything's routed correctly. And you want to come up to the front, get your 10mm nut, your 10mm socket, and your paper towel. Now for your paper towel trick, what you want to do, and that's what this little piece of paper towel is for, is use that right over the front of the socket. You just push your nut in like that, and that's going to hold it for you because these are kind of tricky to get to. Now the nut won't fall. But your ground wires already been routed over this direction. You want to neatly route it, you know, so it's not hitting the headers or hitting anything crazy, but just route it alongside there. Set it down on top of the stud. Like that. Then go ahead and put your ground on. We're getting there. And you just want to go ahead and snug it down. Doesn't have to be real tight, just snug down a little bit. You go ahead and take your paper towel off. You know, route it real nice though, so it's not binding up on anything. You can set that to the side. Last little trick, you're going to need to go ahead and take your fuse cover. And what we did is we just drilled a hole to start. Some people want to use a razor knife, but it's easy. Just drill a hole, take some snips, wire cutters, anything that could go ahead and cut it, use a razor knife, but just go ahead and cut a nice little slot in that. That allows your wires to poke through. This is a 1/4 inch hole if you want to use a 1/4 inch drill bit. Let your wires poke through. Just go ahead and set that back on there. As you see, our wires are right through right here. Then you can put this cover back on, hide your wires, make it all look nice. Then the last wire here is for you guys that are running electric water pumps. This is to the water pump relay, not your water pump. This goes to the relay. This turns your relay on to turn your water pump on. So you're going to want to splice in your keyed-on ignition power into your relay. So when you turn your CoolIt on, this will turn your water pump on. Now if you go on our website, we actually have the instructions on how to wire this for if you have a electric water pump. And that'll allow you to run your water pump at the same time you're running your fans when you're sitting in the pits and you're cooling down. We get this car to cool down to about 160 in 5 minutes. So go ahead and check out our website, www.sackcitycorvette.com. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for your purchase of the CoolIt V2, V3. And here they are in action. How it works. No keyed-on ignition needed. That's for you racers. Thanks again, you guys. Have a great day and happy holidays.